The people of Multnomah County, Oregon, have spoken. In a decisive move, they removed their progressive district attorney, Mike Schmidt, and replaced him with Nathan Vasquez, who has a firm stance on law and order. This marks a significant change fueled by rising concerns over public safety, homelessness, and drug use. Vasquez promises to restore order and rebuild relationships between the DA's office and the community, a commitment many residents eagerly await. Nathan Vasquez, who has served as a prosecutor in Multnomah County since 2001, successfully campaigned on strengthening ties with the police, tackling the drug crisis, and focusing more on prosecutions. Vasquez received endorsements from several police groups and stressed making victims the priority of his office, contrasting sharply with Schmidt's policies. Vasquez's win with over 50% of the vote signals voters' growing dissatisfaction with the lenient approach Schmidt championed. Schmidt's time in office began in turmoil during the 2020 social justice protests, where he chose not to prosecute nonviolent protesters. He worked on criminal justice reforms and aimed to decriminalize drug possession through Measure 110. However, this approach backfired as Oregon faced a worsening drug crisis. State lawmakers have since reintroduced criminal penalties for drug possession, reflecting the failure of the decriminalization effort Schmidt once supported. Public frustration had been brewing as Portland and other West Coast cities grappled with increasing crime and homelessness. Incidents of public drug use and the fentanyl crisis further exasperated citizens, prompting them to demand changes in leadership. Similar sentiments have been observed across the West Coast, from San Francisco to Seattle, where progressive DAs have faced significant challenges. Vasquez's victory mirrors these broader trends of communities craving a return to law and order. Schmidt gracefully conceded the race to Vasquez, vowing a smooth transition. Other local races also indicated a tilt towards more traditional, pragmatic approaches. Voters appeared skeptical of large public spending, as seen in the lukewarm support for a $380 million Metro Zoo bond measure, suggesting a shift in how Multnomah County citizens view government priorities. Vasquez's stance on law enforcement and crime has garnered praise from various quarters. Conservative commentators and journalists have celebrated this shift, viewing it as a triumph of sanity and common sense over chaotic and ineffective progressive policies. The sentiment that the city needs to restore law and order was echoed widely from local residents and political pundits alike. It's a clear message that communities want safe streets and effective law enforcement. Even Democratic Representative Earl Blumenauer acknowledged the public's frustration with high crime rates, signaling bipartisan recognition of the issue. In a city known for its liberal policies, this shift towards order and responsibility marks a significant political and social change. Nathan Vasquez's election promises new hope for Portlandians who have grown weary of unchecked crime and drug use. His victory represents a clear call for effective governance rooted in traditional values of justice, personal responsibility, and safety. Oregon voters are ready for a fresh start with leadership that prioritizes their well-being and security.